player currently piloting a MiG-29. It is considered a fourth-generation aircraft, on par with the F-16. It was considered the most modern in Iraq in 1991. The number of Iraq players is disastrously low. Its fatal weakness is its early warning system. He would be making a huge mistake by confronting two F-18s head-on. But the strengths of the MiG-29, the infrared radar does not detect enemies on the RWR alert. Is in great energy and very fast, but there was a mistake, very popular. The enemy launched the missile earlier, taking advantage of its approaching speed. He was very confident because, even from a distance and not yet within sight, there was still a chance to descend without slowing down. That enemy is within effective range of destruction. Resurrection 2, he became more cautious and serious. He started looking at maps, predicting enemy behavior. He reasoned in two cases. Case 1, the enemy is feigning a retreat. Case 2, the enemy is actually returning to their base at the aircraft carrier. But it needs verification. This time he will keep a safe distance. He will search using infrared, then lock onto it using active radar, attract the enemy's attention. This time it doesn't seem like the last time. The enemy is descending because the red rectangle is moving slowly on the map. This proves one thing: the enemy is most likely actually retreating. He would break the rules if he ran away and the enemy chased after him, proving they were faking it. Exploiting radar blind spots, that is the law of survival. It seems the enemy is truly retreating this time. During this time, he will fly at a high altitude and wait for his prey to be fully fueled. This time the enemy has launched an attack, just as predicted. He will decide to intercept it at maximum speed at a high altitude of over 10 kilometers. This time the enemy will certainly be at a great height, beginning to signal their attack. He will play head-to-head. He will decide to attack from a distance of 70 to 50 kilometers if the access speed is fast. Although the enemy launched missiles early, the distance is still far. An enemy coming from below will certainly deplete its energy sooner than his missile. This time he lowered his altitude but didn't slow down, to prevent the enemy from following the group. He wasn't afraid of losing the key to the R-27R missile, which is similar to the AIM-7M, and he flew an F-16. We are absolutely certain the missile will fly very fast, beyond theoretical limits. He releases the chaff not haphazardly, but in a manner similar to the F-16 training manual. This time he fired another R-27 round to completely wipe out the enemy, except for minor damage. This was his first win. Dot, as expected, enemy number 2 has appeared. Dot is going back to base as quickly as possible and from a safe location. The hardest part was landing. The MiG-29 didn't have an easy landing system and relied heavily on the pilot. Dot, a strong jerk of the rod can also cause it to get out of control.
Предельный угол атаки. Предельная перегрузка. Предельный угол атаки. Предельная перегрузка.
Dot, on the third attempt, the enemy truly lost patience when they locked onto the target too early. This time, he will, not in a direct confrontation, ascend to optimal altitude and speed around the SAM-2 protected base. He had gathered enough energy, he began to hunt for Real. The enemy's morale could be due to internal conflict or psychological manipulation, he replied. The enemy's self-division is what contributes to our chances of victory. The top priority is to eliminate any near-total threats to the base. The enemy has been destroyed. It appears to have been a ground collision. Now we will attack the nearest enemy. This time it will be more dangerous because the enemy is traveling in a formation of 2 fighter jets. This time the real danger is that the distance is too close, making the missile very effective. Using the method of pulling the radar down to the ground will confuse the enemy radar about the terrain and it may be switched off, but it will be less effective. Too close, but it could push the G limit of the AIM-7M. This time it was an F-15. That's a huge victory in real life. He, but after the attack, immediately borrowed money and returned to base. He understood that he was now in his weakest position, lacking long-range weapons. This landing seems better than the last one, as is starting to get a better grasp of the trim system. In a condition where the landing gear is damaged.